Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 179.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released June 17th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Burning Fields number 5 of 8. When their protection goes up in flames, Dana and Aben find themselves completely on their own in search of the serial killer. They're forced to go straight for Renfro, which means infiltrating an area controlled by terror groups and arms dealers. Little do they know, Asag's new ally is someone very familiar. Next, we have Escape from New York, number 7. It's the return of an enemy from Snake's past. Unable to trust anyone, Snake must join the invasion of the Gulag with the 81st and keep an eye out for the person gunning for his life. We've also got Fiction, number 1 of 4. Four childhood friends discover a box of strange books that, when read aloud, can transport them to the beautiful imaginary worlds described within. But when one of them goes missing, the others vow never to reveal where they've been and what they've seen. Years later, when one of the remaining kids, now an adult, also mysteriously disappears, it's up to the last two of the group to dig up their dusty books and to find him and finally figure out what happened to their friend all those years ago. Next, we have Giant Days, number 4 of 12. Are drugs good, bad, or indifferent? Daisy is going to discover the truth for herself when she makes friends with the very fun Irwin, who gives her some pills. Unfortunately, Daisy's granny decides it's the perfect time for a surprise visit, and it'll be up to Esther and Susan to help her keep it together. We've also got Hexed, number 11. The scales have shifted, and thanks to a little divine assistance, Madame Cymbeline is back and ready to kill Lucifer once and for all. Next, we have Lumberjanes, number 15. As the unnatural blizzard rages on, the Lumberjanes continue their search for Jen, who learns more about the mysterious bear woman and her ties to Rose and the Lumberjanes. We've also got Munchkin, number 6. Spike and Flower once again take center stage in a classic adventure of Munchkin proportions. Each first printing of this issue contains an exclusive playable game card. Next, we have Killstrike, number 2 of 4. Killstrike and Jared travel to New York City to visit the comic book company his father was employed with before his disappearance. While waiting for the meeting, Killstrike gives Jared a few lessons on being a tough guy. And we've got Sons of Anarchy, number 22. Dylan's traitorous plan is crumbling around him. What will he do when the Mayans, the Sons, and the crew from Reno discover that he's been playing them all? From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Archie Vs Predator, number 3 of 4. The Predator has tallied his first kills from the ranks of the Riverdale gang. Can they turn the tables without Riverdale becoming a smoking ruin and without getting detention? Next, we have B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth, number 132. Johan returns to the grave of an agent who died under his watch, only to discover the death was worse than he knew. We've also got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 10, number 16. After discovering that the powerful demon Arceus has deep connections to both Spike and Angel, Buffy invites her former beau for a visit. Things are awkward and everyone is behaving just a little juvenile, but in order to beat the threat Arceus brings, the team is going to have to overcome the past. Next, we have Dark Horse Presents number 11, in a dream-oriented story that follows up on the correspondence Hellboy sent Abe Sapien in The Chained Coffin. Abe responds to some of Hellboy's advice in a story by John Arcudi and Mark Nelson. Meet Donny Cates and Elliot Rahal's The Paybacks, the Repo Man superheroes really don't want to meet, in a prologue to their upcoming series. Witchcraft comes to Mobland in Fabian Rangel Jr. and Pablo Clark's Black Past. Survive an exotic sci-fi jungle full of dangers in Rich Woodall and Craig Russo's Kira, Alien Jungle Girl. John Arcudi, Donny Cates, Elliot Rahal, Fabian Rangel Jr., Rich Woodall, Dennis Calero, Ken Pisani, Mark Nelson, Stephen Green, Pablo Clark, Craig Russo, and Arturo Loria. We've also got 8, number 5 of 5. The fate of the Meld is at stake. It's time to stop running. Next, we have Groo, Friends and Foes, number 6. You'd think the smartest man in the world would be wise enough not to have Groo as a friend. The sage has developed another scheme to amass wealth without working hard, but how clever can a scheme be that relies in any way on our hero? From the award-winning team of Sergio Aragonis and Mark Evanier. We've also got Mind Management number 34. Marrow and the team infiltrate the new Mind Management HQ, only to be drawn into a psychic battlefield combining the talents of multiple enemy agents, plus the origin of Eraser's right-hand man. Next, we have Plants vs. Zombies Bully for You number 1 of 3. Dr. Zombos' crime-filled college years are revealed. Nate, Patrice, and Crazy Dave investigate a strange college campus to keep the streets safe from zombies. Paul Tobin and Ron Chan join forces with the mysterious anti-bully squad to deliver a hilarious romp to your school, featuring 2 bonus stories illustrated by Dustin Nguyen. We've also got Shaper number 4 of 5, captured by Tor Ajax. Spry and his mother will have to draw upon every ounce of their ancestral power to escape their prison. Meanwhile, the Caliph has finally located the Shaper homeworld and plans to destroy it and the prophecy of his death once and for all. Next, we have The Strain, The Night Eternal number 10. It's the beginning of the end. The Master, who's created a new nuclear family with a vampiric Kelly Goodweather and her son Zack, gives the boy his final temptation. Will he choose the Master, or will he choose his father, Ephraim? And we've got Usagi Yojimbo number 146. Everyone seems to want Kitsune dead tonight as the secret of Merchant and Sonye's stolen scroll is revealed, and Usagi's allies and enemies change by the minute when he learns of an old enemy's role in the intrigue. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files Downtown number 5 of 6. Harry and company, along with an unwelcome ally, have tracked the golem through the dank labyrinth of Undertown and now find themselves in the very heart of madness and evil. Now they must face the unstoppable creature, but even if they can defeat it, can they defeat its dark master? Next, we have King Jungle Jim number 4 of 4. The chips are down and there's only one thing Jim can do to save the day. He's got to get the jungle drunk. Jump on for the humongous battles filled with lasers and beastmen and hawkmen and snake ladies, and seriously, Jim gets the jungle drunk. We've also got King Mandrake the Magician number 2 of 4. Psychic Fire. Mandrake's home is invaded and the horrendous terrors he keeps at bay are unleashed. Can the magician put the evil back in the bottle, or will the earth be consumed by ancient forces starving for power and pain? Find out what Roger Langridge and Jeremy Treese have up their sleeves. Next, we have Pathfinder Origins number 5 of 6. When Harshk, the Dwarven Ranger, visits Sandpoint, he finds a town in turmoil, beset by pranks and whimsical accidents caused by vengeful fae creatures. Teaming up with local heroes like the Druid Linny, Harshk must discover the grim cause of the town's troubles before the mischief turns deadly. A tale of wild creatures and fairy magic from Pathfinder Editor-in-Chief F. Wesley Schneider, with art by rising star Tom Garcia, contains pull-out poster map and official Pathfinder RPG bonus encounter. We've also got Project Superpowers Blackcross number 4 of 6. There's a dead body in Marietta's home, and the Blackcross townsfolk haunted by another world have to make peace with their ghosts if they're going to survive what's coming for them, a killer on his way to Blackcross who may be trying to save the world by killing them. And we've got Swords of Sorrow, Dejah, Thoris, Irene, Adler number 1 of 3. A team-up set up by Swords of Sorrow's Gail Simone, featuring the writer that she handpicked, Leah Moore. Irene Adler has been many things in her young life, a fugitive, a master of disguise, and a femme fatale, but even she is surprised to find herself made bounty hunter, tracking savage foes across the grimy streets of London. In a far-off world, defending Barsoom against an influx of trespassers, Princess Dejah Thoris is ready to put the guilty to her sword. Now the world-colliding events of Swords of Sorrow have brought these dangerous women together, and the fate of planets hang in the balance. From IDW Publishing, we've got Edward Scissorhands number 9, Whole Again, Part 4. Meg's convictions are put to the test when Dr. Wells makes a tempting offer, and Edward is faced with a tough decision that might mean losing out on the thing he wants most. We've also got Ghostbusters Get Real number 1 of 4. When a confrontation with the elder god Proteus goes awry, Peter, Ray, Winston, and Egon will meet the real Ghostbusters. We've also got Infinite Loop number 3 of 6. The two women seek refuge in a time warp created by Teddy and start to build a life together away from their old world, but they must confront the morality of hiding while other human anomalies are being killed. Next we have Joe Frankenstein number 4 of 4. Sparks fly in the exciting climax to the first Joe Frankenstein saga. Joe and the monster fight for their lives. We've also got the October Faction number 8. Frederick agrees the kids are finally ready to join the family business as monster hunters, so class is in session. Today is the first day of training, and they have just one assignment: survive. Next we have Star Trek number 46. In the Tholian Webs, Part 1 of 2, the 5-year mission of the Starship Enterprise continues. In this epic reimagining of a classic Star Trek episode, the crew of the new movie timeline encounters a mysterious and deadly alien force, and not all of the crew will make it out alive. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey and April number 1 of 4, introducing a very unique TMNT tale starring Casey Jones and April O'Neil by acclaimed indie writer Mariko Tamika. The couple take a road trip to the southwest to dig up more clues about the mysterious pantheon that has seemingly been pulling the strings on the Turtles' lives from the beginning. Casey and April will find even deeper mystery, unexpected danger, and start a new chapter in their relationship. And we have Transformers number 42, The Aftermath. The Combiner wars are over, and Optimus Prime faces the aftermath. Meanwhile on Earth, RC confronts Galvatron over the fate of two worlds. From Image Comics, we've got Alex plus Ada number 15, Series Conclusion. Next we have Astronauts in Trouble number 1. The series that brought The Walking Dead artist Charlie Adler to the attention of Robert Kirkman has a new home at Image Comics. In 1959, the Channel 7 news team covers a routine homicide that leads them to a mysterious rocket base in Peru filled with Russian spies, all in a day's work for the most trusted newsmen in America. They couldn't know their day'd end up with a hot pilot, a fast ship, cheap beer, and spacesuits. We've also got Empty Zone number 1. Jason Sean Alexander of Conversations with the Dead returns with an all-new series. In this sci-fi horror saga, Corrine White attempts to reconcile with the ghosts of her violent past, literally, as she trudges through a world of dystopian cityscapes, reanimated corpses, and ganglands full of animal-human hybrids. Next we have God Hates Astronauts number 9. Get ready for some hot king-on-king action. As the action intensifies, them burgers be flying like crazy, dog. We've also got Lazarus number 17, new story arc, Poison, Part 1. The families are at war, Malcolm hovers at death's door in the wake of Hawk's assassination attempt, and forever must hold the line against enemies from without as well as within, including her siblings. Next we have Low number 7, new story arc. The hit aquatic sci-fi series returns to cast a pale light on the icy spires of the Second City, a frozen dystopia at the bottom of the ocean, where hoping for a better tomorrow is a crime punishable by death. We've also got Manifest Destiny number 15. Lost in America's heartland, the expedition strikes a bargain with new friends and encounters a strange visitor that's like nothing else on Earth. Next we have Revival number 30, new story arc. After the devastating terrorist attack, Wasu adjusts to a strategy of dealing with the undead. Now confined to relocation camps for the security of the living, revivers must learn to live with each other as Dana and M adjust to new lives. We've also got Run, Love, Kill number 3. The running never stops as Rain meets face-to-face with her relentless pursuers. More of her past is revealed, which leads to her choices in the present. Now she must fight for her escape, jumping, sliding, and dodging a hail of gunfire. It's only a matter of time before her luck runs out. Next we have Secret Identities number 5. Discover the origin of Luminary and also the secret origin of Luminary. We've also got Southern Bastards number 9, new story arc. The Summer of the Bastards begins with a new arc as the Runnin' Rebs are gearing up for a big homecoming game against arch-rival Wetumpka County. Next we have Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses number 5. Nina, spoiled, a user, undeniably beautiful, the perfect femme fatale. A tragic past has left her a prisoner in a prison without bars. Now all she has is a brief window of freedom to find the only person who can help her escape and exact her revenge. But as the clock ticks towards her approaching doom, the only person who can help her can barely help himself. We've also got The Surface number 3. After the eruption comes, not peace, but strange machines, astral traveling, and quantum teleportation, all culminating in a chase scene that will bend reality in 20 different directions. And who is the survivor? Read to find out. Next we have Tales of Honor, Bred to Kill number 1. Set in the Honorverse from the best-selling military science fiction novels by David Weber, this is the first ever completely original comic story arc. Honor Harrington's uncle, last seen investigating a Vegas-like space station for its use of the Mason genetic slaves, is now missing, and she takes a leave of absence from the military to find him deep in Solarian territory. We've also got Tech Jacket number 10. Tech Jacket stands on the front lines of a battle that will consume the entire galaxy. Safe to say no one's making it out of this one without a few scars. Next we have Trees number 10, continuing the second tree story, Two Forests. The new mayor of New York City has a plan, and it involves the drowned downtown area. Dr. Joe Creasy doesn't have a plan at all, and that's why she's been dropped into the remote Orkney Islands in search of something that might end the world. And we've got Valhalla Mad number 2. The fabled gluttonalia continues as comics' newest godly sensations dive ever deeper into their own merriment on the streets of Manhattan. but there are secrets yet to be revealed, even beyond the mythic ingredients of Viking mead. It's more drunken fun from Casey and Mayberry. Don't miss it. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Bloodshot Reborn number 3. The all-new ongoing series from New York Times bestselling writer Jeff Lemire and rising star Miko Suyayan reaches a blood-curdling turning point. Bloodshot is hot on the trail of another mysterious mass murderer, and he may find the only way to stop this madman is to do the one thing Bloodshot swore he would never do again. Can Bloodshot resist his past, or will he succumb to the bloodthirsty voices in his head as they get louder and more violent? Next we have Ivor Time Walker number 6, Breaking History, Part 2, Three Brothers versus the Future. With the universe on the brink of destruction, Ivor must turn to his closest relatives, Armstrong and Gilad Anipada, to save Neela Sethi from the machinations of the Prometheans. The problem? These three guys couldn't be further apart. Time doesn't heal all wounds as the assault on Oblivion begins. Fred Van Lent and Francis Portela continue this time-shattering comics event. And we've got X-O Manowar number 37, Doomed by Dead Hand. The colossal cosmos-spanning finale to the X-O Manowar epic of 2015 is here. The fate of millions hangs in the balance as the forces of Dead Hand go head-to-head with the X-O Army. That's right, we said X-O Army. Can Eric of Dacia fulfill his destiny as protector of Earth, or will his relentless forces be his final hour? Valiant superstars Robert Venditti and Diego Bernard bring the defining moment to a rollicking, universe-crunching conclusion. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.